Hey guys, let's talk tech. Today we're just going to be building a basic calculator using C# programming language, right? So let me show you what I have so far. So here we have a program, right? So here we have the C# start program. So when we have this C# start program, we've created another class here. This is an abstract class. So this abstract class, we've called it a calculator function, right? So when we call this for calculator function, then this is an abstract class. What is an abstract class? An abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated on its own, right? And that class will contain blueprints for other classes, right? So we have an abstract class called calculator function. So now here we have the main calculator. So that main calculator, in this main calculator we have an internal class, right? So this, we call this class calculator. So this class inherits from what? From calculator function. So we have two properties. These properties are going to be the first number and the second number that the user is gonna enter, right? So we have a setter and a getter on those two private variables, right? So we have created a constructor. So this constructor is going to take the first number and the second number. So we are saying on this first number this property called first number, we want it to hold the value that the user is going to enter, right, while we create a new object. So remember, when you say an abstract class, it's a class that cannot be instantiated, and it's a blueprint for what? For other classes. So now when we are inheriting from that abstract class, we have to override all the methods that we have on that particular abstract class, right? Then on this first method, addition, we have to use override, right? We have to use override keyword just to tell C# that this method, we are overriding this method from an abstract class, right? So we're just gonna use a lambda expression here. So lambda expression, because we're just gonna our value is just going to be on the same line. So this equals to and a greater than sign is just going to replace the return keyword, right? So we're saying return first number plus second number, and as well as on subtraction. So we're just gonna say subtract, then we're gonna subtract first number from second number, then we're just gonna override in we're just gonna in multiplication is gonna be first number then second number, right? Then we have divide, then we have modulo. So modulo is that operator that helps us see the remainder between two numbers, right? So now we come here to a program, to our main program. So now I've shown you the calculator, which is which are the blueprint for other classes using an abstract class, so that if we have another classes, we can just use methods, the same methods, but we just say, okay, I want my class to look like this. That's what a blueprint is. A blueprint is going to be something like, let's say for example, you want to build a house. When you want to build a house, you have what? You have a plan. That's a blueprint for what you want your house to look like. So that's what an abstract class behave, right? So we have our class. So after having our class here, we have a program. We're gonna go to program. So on program here, we're just going to say, okay, on program, we're just going to say we're just going to show a message on the user, right? We're just going to show a message on the user. We're just gonna say CW is a shorthand for console.writeLine. So here we're just gonna say choose an option. Choose an option. So for that choose an option, we're just going to save time, we're just going to copy this, then paste it here, right? So here we're going to have all of the options. So here we're just going to create a new line. We're going to create a new line with \n, then we're just going to paste it here. Then in here we're just going to say, we're going to mention all the options. So we're just going to have option one, which is going to be what? Which is going to be multiply. So we're gonna have option 1, which is going to be multiply. All right, we're just gonna have option 1, that's gonna be multiply. But we can just do it like this and paste many console.writeLine, but we can just add everything in single line. So we're gonna escape new line character. So we're just gonna without space option 2. Option 2 is gonna be addition, right? Addition. So we're gonna say new line character. Then after that we're gonna say option 3. Option 3 is going to be, we have addition. Let me go to our abstract class. We have addition, subtraction. So we're going to use subtraction now. Option 3 is going to be subtraction. Subtraction, right? Subtraction. Then from that we're gonna have we already have multiply, we already have subtraction, addition, then divide and modulo, right? The only option left is divide and modulo option, which is option 4. Option 4 is going to be divide, right? We're going to divide. Then for that we're going to say option 5. Then option 5 is going to be modulo operator, right? We're going to have modulus, no, it's modulus operator. So this one is what this line is going to do. It's going to say option 1 on the first line, then when it comes here it's going to create a new line, then after that it's going to option 2 according like so. So here we're just going to take this line again. Then after taking this line we're going to paste it here so that the option will have spaces, right? So we're going to paste another console dot read line, which is going to say, we're going to tell the user that enter your first number. Telling the user to enter their first number. So we're just going to copy this again, copy that, then put it here. Then the user now here is going to enter second number, right? It's going to enter second number. But before that we're going to need variables, right? Integer. So integer, we're going to do like first number, right? We're going to have first number, then integer second number. Then after that we're going to have integer options, right? We're gonna use option. So with this option you're gonna see why I'm creating another variable called option. Then we're gonna have integer, we're gonna have results, right? We're gonna have results, right? Then you're gonna see why I'm creating external variable. So on this one is gonna read a line. Why are we creating integer? Because we want to convert this string that's going to be on our first console, because this console.read line is gonna return to us in a string, right? So we want to convert it to a number so that we can do multiplication on that numbers. So we're just gonna do what? First number is going to be equals to we're gonna say convert, right? Convert dot to int 32. We're gonna convert it to int 32, where we're gonna take what? Console dot read line. We're gonna take console read line, right? We're going to take console read line. So we have converted that number. So now we're going to do it again for second number. We're gonna, so now here VS Code IntelliSense, Visual Studio IntelliSense is just auto completing everything for us. So now we have taken the first number from the user. Let me just do space here so that you can see what I'm doing. So here these are gonna be options, right? So here we're creating a new line. So here, after creating a new line, so we're gonna ask the user for the first number, then we take it and put it on this on this reference here called first number, and then as well as the second number. Then after that we're just going to create a new object. So that object is going to be calculator. This is going to be our object, which is going to be calc, right? This is the calc, or we can just do calculator, so that it's going to be new. So calculate. So we can do it like this, right? We can do it like this, then we take first number here and second number, right? We can do it like this, or because now we're using .NET 7, you can do it as a shorthand and replace this one with just new then brackets. So now we have our object here. So when we have our object here, we can now create a switch, right? So now that variable option, this was the idea why I created another variable. So it's going to be option, right? So it's going to be option. But before we do a switch, we just need to what? To ask the user, right? To ask the user after creating the numbers, after adding the numbers, right? Or we can just do it, we can just say the user must enter the first number and the second number, then the user must enter the option, right? It's up to you. But we can just say what? We can just say after the user have provide numbers to us, to the system, then we can just do option. We can just do option, right? But we can just convert it. We read line, right? We read line, but before reading that line, we need CW, right? Shorthand. So we're gonna say enter your operation, your operator. We can just say enter your symbol, enter your operator symbol, anything that will make sense to the user. But I think I'm just gonna say operator, right? Enter your operator. So this operator is gonna be held by this option reference here. So now our option is going to be here. Then after that, we're just gonna do it like this. After that, we're just gonna create case one. Case one for us is gonna be, so case one for us is gonna be that results that we created up top there. It's gonna be case one. So case one, remember we said it's multiply, so it's gonna be equals to calc, right? Calculator.multiply. So calculator.multiply, multi is capital letter, multiplication. Our function is called multiplication. So this is going to be our first function. So we're going to return here. We're going to return, or no, not return, but we're going to console.log so that the user see. So we're going to use template string. We use $sign at the first, then curly braces after the $sign, so that we can just put variables directly to our string. So we're gonna say our first number is gonna be first number, so that the user knows what's happening and what option did he choose or did she choose. So we're gonna do it like this, and we're gonna say second number like so. Then after, so we're gonna put results here. We're gonna put results here. So this one is gonna be our first case. Then after that, we break out of this case. Then after that, we say case two. Then on case two, remember we have addition, right? So on addition, it's gonna be results, right? Results will be calculator dot addition. So it's addition like so. Then we say CW, but then we'll just have to use these console like so. We're gonna need all this console in each and every line, because the results is the same. The first number and the second number are the same, so we break. After that, we break in case two, right? So we have case three. On case three, we said we're gonna have subtraction, right? We're gonna have subtraction. So in subtraction, we're gonna have results, right? In results, we're gonna be equals to the results, right? This is gonna be our results. Then our results is gonna be calculator dot subtraction. This is our third one. So we're gonna put that console dot that we copied up there, and then we'll break. Right, after breaking, we go to case four. Then we go up and see case four, it's divide. So now case 4 is divide. So we need to cast, right? We need to cast to change the integer value, because remember up there we said what? We said our results is an integer, right? So now we need to typecast it so that it can accommodate doubles, right? So here we're just gonna say results, that's gonna be equals to, then we're gonna implicitly cast this one, right? We're gonna implicitly cast our first let's say calculator dot divide. So this is gonna be our divide. So we're gonna divide this value right here. We're gonna divide. So we're gonna divide this one. We're just gonna say it must show us so now we're gonna typecast this one. So in case 4, we're just gonna have to do integer, then cast it to double. So we're gonna first say integer. They say we're gonna say integer, then we cast it back. We say we're casting it this one. The reason why we started with with casting it to an integer, it's because our value is an integer, right? Then casting it back to double so that it can accommodate the division, the division function. Because remember, if we go back to our calc function, remember in here in our blueprint we said divide is going to be a double, so that's why we are casting it from integer to a double, right? So if we do now say we paste this one here, we're gonna break, right? We're gonna break so that this is gonna be our case 4. Then our case 5, if our case 5 is modulus, right? It's modulus, so we're gonna do the same thing, because as well as modulus we return a double, right? We're gonna cast it, implicitly cast it to integer, then we say we are casting it to double, right? From integer to double, right? So now we're gonna say calculation, your calculator dot modulo. So this one is going to be our value, so we're going to paste our value here. So from this one and this one is going to give us the remainder. Then we break from the program, so this one here is our simple calculator with C#. So now let's run our calculator and see what we're gonna have. Now we're gonna run our program. So you can see now, you can say choose options, then option 1, and then you give us, and then now here we have to put numbers. We can say 300, then 350, then you say choose your operator. So the operator is going to be option 1, then option 1, which is multiply. Then we're going to tick enter, then the program terminates. Then you can see that 300. Then now here we're going to have a problem. Here I know where the problem is coming from, but the operator is multiply, then it's 300 multiply by 50, which is 15,000. Then let me show you why is it saying plus, because we forgot to change the symbol here on our template string, so that here it shows that here it's multiply. Here when it's multiply, then here it's gonna be addition, that's okay. Then here we're gonna have subtraction, and here we're gonna have divide. Then in here we're gonna have modulo. Here we're gonna have modulo. This one is modulo, right? So this one now is gonna run perfectly. So remember, let's wrap up. So our calculator function, it's a blueprint. That's an abstract class, right? Remember when I was explaining what's a blueprint. So an abstract class, again, an abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated. It cannot be instantiated, and it carries what? It carries the blueprint for other classes. It creates a blueprint for other classes. So that if you can see here in this class, we're using the blueprint from what? From this calculator function. So we say we have another internal class here. That's the main calculator where all the operations are going to happen. So calculator inherits from what? From calculator function. And then we have properties, we have a constructor, then we override all the methods and do the calculation. Then we come to our main program, then we ask the user to enter values, then we create a new object, then we create a switch where the user is gonna choose an option for a specific task. But we forgot to do a default case for a better user experience, so that our user, we're just gonna say CW. So when our user, let's say for example a user didn't, or by mistake did press the number that's not on the option, we can just, that's where the default case is gonna run. So we're gonna say please choose one of the options, right? One of the options listed above. So you need to be specific, right? So that the user can understand the error. So now we break. After that, we break. So there is now. So let's run and test that default class. So we're gonna say put on our numbers. We're gonna say 20, and we're gonna say 40. Then we're gonna choose our operator. Let's say we choose 7 by mistake, right? By willingly, right? So let's put 7. When we put 7 here, you can see now our default classes run. We say please choose one of the options listed above. So that was a simple calculator in C#. I know the video was a little bit lengthy, but here is a basic calculator. Remember, we use an after class here. The main aim was to utilize after classes, to use after classes as an as a blueprint, as creating a blueprint for other classes. So yeah, this was a simple program, so I hope you can do it yourself. Then I will appreciate you to like this video and share with your friends, so that your friends as well, or you can just create the simple calculator and impress your friends there when you go to visit them sometime. So I would like you to like and subscribe to this video and follow for more tech content